Happy Sunday once again, guys. We are back. Doubleheader Sunday. We're back for a classic watch-along tonight in your house, D-Generation X. I have not watched this one in years. I don't remember this being a particularly good pay-per-view, but when I checked out the card, I don't know, a week or so ago online, it actually didn't look too bad. I ordered this one on pay-per-view, but this was just a month after the screw job. A lot of things were changing and different and uncertain in WWE, and I don't recall it being too, memorable of a time. But I think this will actually be a fun one to go back and look at because it is significant, historically significant, I think, and it kind of wraps up the year of 1997, as somebody pointed out here in the chat. In 1998 was when they would permanently move to the Scratch logo as opposed to the New Generation logo here for D-Generation X in your house. And they would be really close to dropping the in your house from these pay-per-views. I think it would go on for a little bit longer, but that was starting to wind down as well. So D-Generation X, it's Shawn and Shamrock in the main event here, I believe. And I know, is this the show that Owen Hart comes back? I think it is. Owen Hart might show back up at the end of this. If it didn't happen here, it happened on Raw. It might be here. So we're going to see that. Also, Steve Austin defending the Intercontinental Championship against The Rock. The Rock stole the belt and was walking around with it. Austin comes out and drives out in a pickup truck. I know that happens. And I know we have Triple H and Sergeant Slaughter in like a boot camp match. Beyond that, I don't remember what else is on the card. So this should be a fun one to watch as we're down to the final 2 weeks here of Peacock. That's why we aborted our mission of doing Vault Channel watch-alongs this month. We're going to bump that to next month instead, since we're no longer going to have Peacock, or the library is not going to be on Peacock next month. They're starting at the beginning of the year, so we're going to have to figure out alternatives or just watch shows that are on the Vault for our future watch-alongs. So those might be changing up a little bit too. In 2026, we might not be able to do watch-alongs for shows based on whatever month you're in. It might just have to be whatever the best one available on the Vault is. So we're going to do that also along with weeks where we just do like a combination of matches. Maybe we'll pick 3 hours worth of wrestling matches and just watch them one at a time from all different shows, all different years. That can be fun too. So watch-alongs are going to be changing up in 2026 because of the library leaving Peacock, but we will take advantage of these final few weeks here and get the last few PPVs in that we can. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight, especially since we've been here already. We just wrapped up our hour-and-a-half long John Cena Saturday Night's Main Event Final Match review. We were up here earlier to talk about that, and we were up here yesterday to preview that. So in the last 2 days, we've had about 3-ish or more hours of John Cena discussion. So if you want to hear about my thoughts on John Cena's career, check out Saturday's podcast. If you want to hear my thoughts on everything that transpired last night on Saturday Night's Main Event with John Cena and his final match, we just wrapped up that podcast about an hour and a half ago. And now it's time to kick back and relax, although I'm pissed off at myself because I just went to my refrigerator to grab a Frosty Brew and there was only one. I would have sworn I had like 6 or 7 of them in there. I don't know what, Tito must have drank them. So I just reached in there. There's only one, so I only have one beer to drink. I don't have time. I almost thought about postponing the live stream 10 minutes and just running across the street, but I didn't want to do that to you. We're here now. I got my one lone solitary 805 that I'll be sipping on as we watch In Your House D-Generation X. I'm going to say hi to the chat here in just a minute, but in the meantime, you guys know the drill. Head on over to Peacock. Final time for that little follow along on Peacock icon there on the overlay. Go over there one final or just for one of the final times and load up In Your House D-Generation X. So you want to find In Your House, you're looking for Season 3, Episode 7. Or you can just search In Your House D-Generation X and it should show up. The runtime, according to Peacock, is 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 48 seconds. And as usual, we will all hit play together here in just a couple of minutes. Once we do that, that timer right there begins to run. That way, if you experience interruptions over on Peacock, you can sync your timer back up with us to continue to follow along. I've killed all of the ads on this video, so this live stream is presented commercial-free, courtesy of Good Mic Work, so you should not be interrupted over here, to the best of my knowledge, but you might have some stuff on Peacock depending on what your pay tier is. So that's kind of how we do it here, but most of you that are here already know that. Let me say hi to those of you who are here, I can move my chat off of there and go over here. This is where I want to be. This is where I like to see you guys on watch-along days. It is good to see our boy, Zane G. Can you guys see me? Hold on. Okay, we're good. Oh, it's because it's paused. Okay, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Okay, we are good. I started panicking for a minute. We are good. Zane G is here. Good to see. See, I hate these handles because it makes me forget who you are. Ray Farrand, you're RGF91. I'll remember this. I'll have all these memorized, and then YouTube will switch it back to the way it used to be. Good to see Melissa Tatanani is back. Brandon McNeil, I think that's you. Big Funds HC, Tatanani. We Are Pro Wrestling is here. Other than the main event and post-match of the main event, this pay-per-view is one I don't remember much of. Holy shit. Are you sure? Are you serious? We Are Pro Wrestling doesn't remember something. Holy crap. Call the cops. So I'm kind of with you on this one. It's very an unmemorable one because I was a very confused wrestling fan in December of 1997. I was only 20 years old. Brett just left. I was kind of lost, directionless in life. I didn't know what to think of what was going on. And this was, a pay-per-view that off the heels of Survivor Series, I was looking at the time as very bleak days in WWE. So I'm glad that you don't remember much about it either. We'll be going into this one, kind of watching it for the first time because I only remember tidbits of the show. I don't remember much else. Hawk, Edward, who are you? Why do I want to see who you are too? Oh, Edward Underhill. What up, bro? George Morris is here, dropping in 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? This one, 10 out of 10. How about next week, Armageddon 0607, or this Tuesday in Texas? This Tuesday in Texas might be a fun one to do randomly, maybe on a Tuesday. Maybe on a Tuesday. We'll do a Tuesday in Texas just for fun. I'll have to check out the cards for 06 and 07. I don't remember much about them for Armageddon, but I'll take a look at them. Tito was fine. He just finished his snack. He's right under my feet here. And Elizabeth is getting back to normal already. She's still months away from surgery, but she's walking around on that leg like nothing fucking happened. It is crazy. So she's actually hoping to get back to work soon. I've learned a lot about knee injuries. They aren't the way I thought. She's not Seth Rollins. You don't injure your knee and then just go right into the operating room and they operate on you. She's got to regain full range of motion before they even fix the knee. So she's been up moving around on it pretty good. Still can't bend it all the way, but she can kind of walk on it pretty good and pretty efficiently and can do all normal things for the most part. I'd say she's 97%, even though she's got a jacked up knee. So she won't even have the surgery to repair it for many, many months. But she's doing great, which is surprising. I wasn't aware of how knees work. I knew knees were funny, but I'm learning a lot about knee injuries and how exactly they work, and I'm kind of surprised that it's not going the way I thought it was going to go, and it's actually going really well. So we are doing good over here, George. Thanks as always. Michael Games, good to see you. Eric Guzman is here. David Brown. Juliet, happy you're here. You need to be here. Tony is here. So is, I think just Smitty. I got you. Jose Lopez. Mike Hewley, 4208. Good to see you. Anybody else chiming in? These handles are so confusing now that YouTube has switched this up. January should be all John Cena matches, Juliet says. Maybe. I kind of feel like December should have been all John Cena matches, and now it's kind of too late for that. But we will be getting to some John Cena matches, I'm sure, especially if we do a week where we do a combination of matches, then maybe one night. I don't think we should do all January, but maybe one week we do just a John Cena watch-along. Just his 5 best matches or something like that. Might be fun. I'd be into that. But dedicating a whole month, I'm not sure. Maybe. We will see. All right, let's get going on In Your House D Generation X. We are going to go 3, 2, 1, play. That's how we do it here, all right? Let me get myself all set up. Timer, play button, room to move my wrist. All right. There's the timer. There's the play button. All right, we are good. All right, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, nailed it. We're still going to get this intro for a little while longer. I think this opening does lead into 1998 until they go to the scratch. I think it's a couple of pay-per-views in, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not positive. Look at this. HBK. What a time. So have we had the... Okay, what is the date on D-Generation X? Have we had the European title match yet? Have we had the European title match on Raw between Shawn and Triple H with the silly-ass ending? Have we had that? What is the fucking date here? No, we have not. This is December 7th. Okay, so the shit with DX or with Shawn and Triple H pulling the fast one for the European title, that doesn't happen for a couple of weeks. Interesting. What is my thoughts about KC losing today? I need to text my sister and find out if we're still doing Super Bowl, because I've been over to her house for Super Bowl for the past few years, because they're a Chiefs family. So yeah, they're out. All dynasties come to an end. They don't last forever. All right, so this pay-per-view is named DX. They're using the DX theme song. The following year, we would have Rock Bottom. And hell, even in 1996, we had It's Time, which I think they had created the name for that back when the plan was still to have Vader win the title like he was supposed to at Survivor Series. And then the December pay-per-view was going to be called It's Time, named after Vader. So WWE had a habit of making the December pay-per-views named after people. They did it 3 years in a row with It's Time, DX, and Rock Bottom. 4 championships on the line. Oh my God, Mark Marrow and Butterbean. I forgot. Jeff Jarrett versus The Undertaker. Look at Tito Santana. Hey, buddy, not you. I'm talking about former Intercontinental Champion, 2-time Intercontinental Champion, and former WWE Tag Team Champion, multi-time Tito Santana. Not you, Tito the Cat. There's Ray Rougeau. We got a Strike Force and a Rougeau brother over there. Oh, yeah, the first ever light heavyweight champion. Whose theme song is this that's been recycled here for Brian Christopher? Why can't I think of it? Oh, I want to hear it again. Whose theme is this? Oh, yeah. I saw one of these matches. I saw... So Brian Christopher actually beat Scotty 2 Hotty in the semifinals there. I was at the Raw where one of those matches happened. I think it was one of the Scott Taylor ones. And here comes Taka. This is WWE extremely late to the party on the light heavyweight, cruiserweight style. WCW had all the best wrestlers, and WWE had slim pickings. Taka was really the best one out there that was available that they could sign, and that's why he was the face of the division. Great Sasuke was in there for a match, didn't stick around. And then everybody else was like Christopher and Scott Taylor, and they were all good and everything, but compared to what WCW was doing with the cruiserweights, there was no comparison here. This is just another example of how Vince was so out of touch with everything. And he was He was a fucking year and a half, 2 years almost, late to this party. Now finally getting into the light heavyweight title game. After all of the great wrestlers are all signed up now you're going to try to create a division when it's too late. Story of Vince's fucking life, it seemed like. Somebody help Jose Lopez out. Let him know who my favorite WWE legend is. Do you have to ask me that? I'll give you a hint. He can be seen 1, 2, 3 times behind me. Grand total of 3 times behind me. Where is this building again? Where the fuck is this? I just had it pulled up. What is the what's the venue here? Oh, Springfield. In Springfield, Mass. Okay. Well, shit, I guess they would hang around Massachusetts for a while because that European title match with Shawn and Triple H on the Christmas Raw was in Lowell. Jerry's kid. I will say this about Brian Christopher's a handsome fella. I had a friend when I was younger that just looked exactly like him, and every time we would go out, he always got the chicks, you know, like it just drove me nuts. If you were with him, he was going to get first dibs on any girl, you know, like because he was the most attractive one. It drove me fucking nuts. I didn't want to go to places with him. I mean, if I was single, of course. I didn't want to go anywhere with him because any shot I had with any girl, if they got to look at him, bye-bye shot to said girl. I hate Jerry Lawler. I just hate him. He's so fucking awful. I need to choose my words carefully, though, because it's not going to be long before I'm going to be doing a Rest in Peace Jerry Lawler video. Look at him. Jesus. I mean, Taka was great. The problem is WCW had 13 Takas, and WWE just had the one. Like, plunk him right into that 1996-1997 Cruiserweight division in WCW. Give me some Eddie and Ray and Juventud and Jericho and Malenko matches against Taka. Give me Taka versus El Dandy. That's where it's at. And if you remember, Taka lost. Taka lost to the great Sasuke, right? At Canadian Stampede. I'm pretty sure it was Sasuke over Taka, I think. Oof. Oh, he did get busted open, didn't he? Dang, BC. Yeah, Taka was in ECW as well. Oh, nice bitch slap. God, there's a lot of blood. Brian Christopher's blood is all over Taka's face. I always thought Brian Christopher would have been a much better tag team partner for Chris Candido than Tom Pritchard was. Like, if Brian Christopher was Zip, I think he'd make a good Zip. Skip and Zip. Oh, my God. I'm a 19-year-old man. WWE's trying to feed me skip and zip. Oh, Jerry Lawler's going to go check on Brian Christopher, who's just this random wrestler that Jerry Lawler cares about. They're not related or anything. They don't even really look alike. Aw. Got too sexy. Oh, I remember the match I saw. So maybe it wasn't the light heavyweight tournament because I can't remember what the brackets are, but I'm pretty sure I saw it was Devin Storm way before his Crowbar years. He had blonde hair back then. It was Devin Storm and Scott Taylor, I think, was the match I saw when I was at one of these shows in late 97. That was a skull-crushing finale. Lawler said 60 or 70 stitches. He also kind of resembles like a smaller British bulldog, doesn't he, Brian Christopher? Like if you put Bulldog's gear on him, he looked like a little mini bulldog. You know how like it's China and the cat? It would be Bulldog and little Brian. Yeah, the video quality does feel a little off, doesn't it? I mean, it's 28 years ago, but picture it seems a little bit... It's got the CRT TV lines on it or something. Because you know you can put that filter on like a retro game if you're playing like Modern Game Machine and you want to play a game from the 90s. You can set that filter to have the lines. But back in the days of playing regular Nintendo, I don't remember those lines on my CRT TV. So I don't even understand that filter. I never had those lines like that, but you can kind of see them vertically here. We're probably looking at, what, 480p here? Probably 480p is what we're looking at. My archives are in storage. And I broke the hard drive that I have all my pay-per-views uploaded to. I still have to decide if I want to pay the $1,000 and send it in to get fixed and retrieve the footage, or if I want to re-rip all of those DVDs. But those DVDs are not handy right now. But I would like to put in my copy of DX because I definitely ordered it on this night. And see what it looks like. It's probably going to have to be a task I'm going to have to undertake. Is just redo all of those. I lost a lot of content when that happened. At hard drive, I have like 6 hard drives, but the one that had the meat of my library fell off the desk, hit the ground, and it rattled. And I can get it fixed, but it costs like $1,000 to retrieve it. To retrieve all the data on there. So I've been thinking about it for a few years if I want to do it, or if I just want to go through the task of re-ripping everything. I haven't decided yet. But there's a lot of downloaded content I also lost. Luckily, my entire catalog, you remember in the old house when I had all those DVDs, like all the WWE DVDs, the WWE produced DVDs, like all that shit, I didn't lose. I still have all of that, have all my shoot interviews. I have a few seasons of Nitro and some Raws and things like that, but the majority, the bulk of my burned DVDs, I lost all that. All that digital content I lost on the hard drive. So I need to restore that somehow. Come on, Taka, let's wrap this up. This is Brian Christopher we're talking about. This is Grandmaster Sexay before he was that sexy. He was just sexy. He wasn't sexy yet. You know what? Help me out, guys. Did we ever get any, like, Too Cool versus Kaientai matches? Did they ever revisit this with Christopher as the babyface and Taka as the heel? Did Christopher ever get his win back in the Too Cool days? Did they overlap at all? Too Cool was around at the same time as Choppy Choppy PP, right? I feel like Christopher could have gotten a little bit of revenge in later years on Taka. Or no, I feel like Kaientai might have been... No, Kaientai was 98-ish, wasn't it? Or 2000? And when the fuck was all that happening? Too Cool might have not been until 99. Yeah, Brian was just too sexy at this time. You know, that'll sometimes happen when you're young. No, missed. Yeah, Taka wearing Asics. He always wore the Asics. I had, I think, 2 pairs of Asics in high school. I think I had the Andre Agassi's. Or maybe my friend did. One of us had them. I remember having 1 pair of Asics at least, maybe 2. I remember Andre Agassi had the Asics brand when he still had the long hair. Before he was even good. Oh. Top rope leg drops are just brutal on the spinal cord. Michinoku driver. And that's ball game. And he wins the Walmart WCW Cruiserweight title. Get over it, Jerry Lawler. And have I mentioned you have a very weird haircut? I meant to mention it if I haven't already. Oh, who's that? Japanese guy. I know him. Fuck. Look at Pat Patterson in the ring. Tony Garea. Gerald Briscoe with the championship. Oh, that's just a Japanese photographer. I thought I knew who he was, though. That Japanese photographer, I've seen him before. The Japanese press. Look at the Stooges before they're Stooges. So it's Patterson, Garea, and Briscoe, and Jack Doan in the background, presenting Taka with the light heavyweight championship. It's ironic that Lawler's over there making all those racist jokes on Taka when they did an angle like a few years earlier where he was claiming that Bret Hart was racist against the Japanese people, remember? And here he is cracking all those Japanese jokes. What a dick. The Tennessee Jam. I think Bobby Eaton had the Alabama Jam, right? All right, well, good, decent opener there between Brian Christopher and Taka. Oh, God, Bariquas. Oh, they're rapping? I forgot that they rapped. Okay, last time we saw these guys, I was having trouble remembering all their names. I know Miguel Perez, because I've seen him before. I remember seeing him in WCW. Savio Vega, obviously. And then I think it's Jose Estrada. And Jesus Castillo. Do I have that right? And help me out. What else did Jesus do? What else did Jesus do? Now, this is after Crush left. So this is going to be, I guess, some more Truth Commission and DOA bullshit. And the Nation. And here comes the DOA sans Crush. And I was in the building for Crush's final match. Even met him after the show as he headed off to WCW. Got squashed by Kane. Or beat up by Kane on Raw in Fayetteville in North Carolina. And then saw him in the Waffle House later on that night. And he was talking about bouncing. A couple weeks later, he shows up on Nitro. Joins the NWO. Listen, they're saying Crush will not be with us tonight. He had just left. That was like 2 weeks earlier. Crush will not be with us. Crush is gone. He gone. I think who's in the blue shirt? Is that Eric Estrada or Jesus Castillo? And I like calling him Eric Estrada. I like that better. Yeah, still in the gang warfare era, which I hated. Vince was in a faction phase around this time. He was all about factions. Felt like at one point half the damn roster was in a faction. You know, I'm pretty happy with the factions in modern wrestling right now. Let's look at WWE. Judgment Day, still rolling. It's been a few years now. I mean, Edge was the leader of that group at one time, and they're still going, and they're still relevant and a pretty big part of Monday Night Raw. MFTs suck. Wyatt Six sucks. Over in AEW, I like the Ops. Death Riders are becoming more interesting. So I guess it's not great. I'd probably go with the Ops and Judgment Day as the best factions right now. The Vision, I kind of forgot about them. They're kind of discombobulated because they lost their champion. And they're just kind of like a makeshift faction right now with Logan Paul being inserted into the role of, or as a replacement for Seth Rollins. So I can't really count them because they're not in their true full form. But it's still not bad. Bronson Reed's getting over. Braun Breaker's going to be the future. So I guess the faction is serving its purpose. So Judgment Day, Vision, Ops. I'd go with the strongest at the moment. Followed by the Death Riders and probably the, I guess the Wyatts. What other faction am I missing? Oh, that's Jesus. Okay, that's Jesus Castillo, not Eric Estrada. My God, do we give a shit about this match? Jesus, can you give a shit about a match less? This would have been a good match for me to run out and grab some beer. I just let you guys stare at a chair for 10 minutes. But no, I would never do that to you. Nice. Yeah, their crowd always chanted "Shave your back" at Miguel Perez, who was a very, very, very hairy individual. Oh, Jim Ross, they encourage freedom of speech with their posters or their signs. Okay, well, tell that to the security now. How many times do we have signs confiscated? Shout out to Timmy White, who has been given the lovely duties of reffing this one. I'm sure that's a dream come true for him. DOA. Oh, okay. Who's that? I thought that was a fan. It was Brian Lee, or it was what's his dicks? Chains. One thing I'll always remember about that show that I was at in Fayetteville when it was Crush's last night was that they did something prior to, I think what it was supposed to be is Crush versus Jeff Jarrett. And then Jarrett appeared on the Tron and said he didn't want to do the match or something. And then Kane came out and beat up Crush, and Crush went to WCW. But Jarrett, when he was on the Tron cutting his promo, he was calling Crush Chains. He was calling Crush Brian Lee's name. And he goes, I can't go out there and wrestle a guy like Chains. And I'm like, well, you're not. You're wrestling a guy like Crush. So Jarrett botched that. Chains stuck around. And Crush left. To become the great 90s singer Bryan Adams in WCW. RVD says hello. Yeah, shaving your back is difficult. I think if Miguel Perez wants to learn to do that, he should call FTR and get some pointers, get some advice. How exactly do you do that? Well, you need a buddy. It's always best when you're shaving your back to do so in the shower with a male friend. There's really no other way to do it. That's how I do it.
So it is a 3-on-2 advantage for the DOA. Well, how about getting a little medical attention out here, somebody? Those are not been shots by Jesus. Having little or no effect on this.
Come on, Jesus Castillo. Where'd you get that shirt from? I'm thinking garage sale. Where? Okay, this is Estrada. So what have we seen him do, this big fella? He's done something else. Who is he again? Now I forgot his name again. Or he's Jose Castillo, right? Here comes Savio. I'm not even sure that's him. Who the fuck is he? Jose, you should have had popcorn while watching my stream. I think everybody needs to have microwave popcorn in their pantry. You don't have any in there? We'll wait. Go ahead, microwave yourself some. We'll wait for you. Only takes like 2.5 minutes. I love that Savio can't be in this match because Crush isn't in this match. Chains. Chains. Chains with a Z. Don't forget the Z. Very important. Oh, there's nothing wrong with Miguel. Fucking Sasquatch. And that's... And the Barik was steel one. When is gang warfare going to end? How long do the Bariquas hang around together? Are they in that WrestleMania 14 Battle Royal to open the show? I don't even remember really when this shit runs its course. But I'm pretty sure the DOA goes well into 98. I remember the night that DOA debuted. It was right after that original Nation had split up. Savio and Crush were a part of that. They got fired. Here's King Kong Bundy here. They spread out and formed their own factions. And when the Disciples of Apocalypse formed and they brought back the Harris twins and Brian Lee, I was like, that's awesome. But then it sucked. But I thought it was going to be awesome. Last night, now Mero actually boxed. Congrats to Mero, by the way. He got married this past weekend, I think, or last couple days. I've shared some memories with Mark in DMs before. I met him like 30 years ago. Met him a couple times. He was so nice, and I've gotten a chance to talk to him a little bit offline. Or privately a bit. He's a good dude. Sable, I will say, you look quite hot in that. Sable was never my favorite diva, but right here, you got it going on right here. I forgot that they did this. I forgot that they did Butterbean and Mero. And then they would do it for real. Like that Butterbean and Bart fight at WrestleMania, which I was at, that was a shoot. Bart got knocked the fuck in the next week. Cornette, what are you doing in there? Oh, no. Damn it, Sable, you're supposed to hold on to those things. Look at them pants that Butterbean's got on. That's awesome. Now, he was Michael Cole, by the way, is brand new. Look at him. Look at his hair. Oh, she was there last night. That Cosby Biggie sweater, he did have the Cosby sweater on, didn't he? He put the sweater on the... I can't do the Cosby voice. I'm hurt by the Cosby stuff. I didn't like that he did that. He's such a piece of shit. Because I really enjoyed the Cosby Show. I liked America's Dad. I liked Bill Cosby. Thought he was funny. I thought the show was good. I had lots of memories of it. And it's like the Benoit thing. Like, it's ruined now. You know, you can't go back and reminisce or enjoy anything. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to watch A Different World. Am I allowed? I don't know. By the way, rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. You talk about a death that hurt. Shad Gaspard vibes to that one. I always looked up to Theo as a kid. Look at Sable. Hey, I got to hand it to you, you know? Like, I don't need, like, a bikini with 98% of her tit showing. Like, I think stuff like that is sexy. She looks great. Now, Mark Marrow, of course, he was, wild man Mark Marrow, but then he blew out his knee. And then he kind of switched, that high-flying flip game was going to be a little bit more difficult, so he switched to this kind of gimmick, a little bit more ground-based, but he would still do shooting star presses and shit. He just shed the Mark Marrow gimmick, or the Mark Marrow character, I should say, which was his real name, but his look, which was very, very similar to what Johnny B. Bad was in WCW. So he kind of went from like Johnny B. Bad and then transitioned into like the leather black wearing wild man, and then kind of got more Johnny B. Bad looking before transitioning into the fighter. WWE here is dusting off. Let's hear this. This is some old classic 80s WWE production music. They loved the saxophone. They use this for... Feels like there's a little bit of Bam Bam Bigelow's theme in here. Both of them actually, the 80s one and the one from 95. I'm trying to think of this beat. Who else did they recycle this theme for? This is the second recycled theme we've heard tonight. Not Bob Holly. Who am I thinking of, guys? Help me out. You listening to this? Very, very, very 80s WWE feel to it. You listen to any of the songs and the production music or whatnot in WWE in the 80s, it was loaded with saxophones. Oh, Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. I think you're right. We Are Pro Wrestling. It's Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania 11. Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor. And it also kind of has a little bit of Bam Bam's 95 theme, doesn't it? And Bam Bam's 1988 theme was saxophone heavy. Mike Chioda, what do you know about this? This is a boxing match. Now, this is going to be a worked fight here, so I'm curious how... Like, if I'm Mark Marrow, do I trust Butterbean to pull his punches, or I'm going to get my fucking ass kicked here? I don't know. Yeah, Bill didn't appear much in the show, but he was a big part of the show's creation, and he was an executive producer and all of that, so I still wasn't sure if I'm allowed. Because I had the biggest crush on, well, not only Lisa Bonet, but the girl, I forget her name now in the show, but she had kind of the, not Whitley, but the one with the kind of the reddish hair one that kind of stuck out. She was so cute. Fucking Whitley. Oh! Butterbean with a cheap shot in round one. We got Mike Chioda reading him the riot act. There you go, Ray. I knew I could count on you. Cree Summer. That was her name. That's her real name. I don't remember her a different world name. Or at least I think Cree Summer is her real name. It's a Cree Summer. God, I would not. Butterbean was so scary. Yeah, Butterbean has kind of been he fell into hard times, and he moved in with DDP, or at least was working out with DDP in his house. I think Butterbean was struggling to walk, and DDP's gotten him moving around. So yet another life that DDP has changed. Oh, look at this. Uh-oh. Butterbean looks so much like King Kong Bundy to me. Just a little shorter. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter uses Kurt Angle's theme. Well, there's another one. Mark Henry used to use it too. So did the Patriot. Although Mark Henry was using it a lot at live events. I went to a couple of live events when Mark Henry was kind of off TV. Remember, he debuted and then he kind of disappeared for a while. They had him working some live events probably prior to him showing back up on TV. And when I went to a couple house shows, he was coming out to Kurt Angle's theme. Mark Merritt, he's going down. All right, go get him, Mark. I only drank half of it earlier, so I had 2.5 hours of energy. Now I drank another 2.5 hours of energy. That's how it works, right? So you got the tag rope or just some wrist tape? Oh, yeah, the tape from his glove. I don't know why the tag rope would be hanging there. Look at these punches. This is after the Brawl for All, mind you. Brawl for All is... Oh, no, it hasn't. Brawl for All has not happened yet. Brawl for All is next year. So it'll be a whole year and a half before Butterbean would even have that match with Bart Gunn. So they did business with Butterbean a couple times. Look at Mark. Now he's punching him in his back. Butterbean was such a nice little appetizer to Mike Tyson here. Yeah, Mero was landing a couple of shots there to the face, but they were very light.
Become a Golden Glove champion without great skills. And Merrill keeps that right hand caught. And Butterbean now looks to have his faculties.
15 seconds left.
Something fancy about Butterbean. He'll tell you he's not a boxer. He's a fighter. Stay away, Mark. Stay away. Don't brawl with this guy.
Mero fought Golden Gloves for sure. Can't remember if he won. I think he did win. Mero could box. There he goes again. Oh, now he throws a drop kick. I love it. It's like Mr. T throwing the stool at, or I'm sorry, Piper throwing the stool at Mr. T at WrestleMania. Oh, I think this fight's over. Maybe not. Sometimes these pay-per-views date themselves. We got a Latrell Sprewell reference, who made fame by choking out his coach. A thumb. You got no... well, I guess you got a big-ass thumb, but it's going to be hard to thumb someone in the eye with the boxing glove. Oh, we've got these thrown, landed. Mark Mero's landed 12. He's winning. Or that was just round 2, or is that the whole match?
Larry Merchant, analytic. Now Dr. Harold Letterman was like, oh, you better keep those hands up there, big boy. Dean got his hands down. He may be a little tired from the situation last night in Atlantic City.
Butterbean talking smack, too. To Mero.
He is really challenging Mero.
Oof. God, if I'm Mero, I'm like, God, I don't want to take these punches. I'm like, please don't take my head off.
Hard body shot by Butterbean. A little forearm in that one. Using that 330 pounds.
I'm sure Vince and Butterbean got along just fine. They did business multiple times. Vince was always very, very kind to outsiders, especially celebrities. Especially in those days when WWE was so desperate for celebrity or outside attention, he would kiss their asses. Vince was very, very gracious to most all celebrities that came in. Treated them like royalty.
Butterbean got the jab in. Followed an overhand right, another overhand right.
I mean, for a worked boxing match, this isn't horrible.
Butterbean, that might not be the smartest thing to do.
It's very, very hard to work a boxing match. I mean, unless you really want to eat some potatoes. I mean, as long as you resign yourself going in saying, okay, I'm going to get my goddamn bell rung. Oof, that was pretty good. Down goes Mero. That wasn't bad. They ringing the bell? Oh, that was the end of the round. Okay. Give me the spit bucket so I can spit in it. Oh, Mero's done. Okay, so if you fall out of your stool in your corner in between rounds, you got to end the match. Butterbean just threw water on him. Look at Mero. Holy shit. That was actually okay. It's not bad. Mero does not look okay. I don't think if this is a real boxing match, this fight would not be allowed to continue. Homie fell off his stool. Okay, that's over. Kyoto. Oh, there you go. That's what you got to do. Right to the penis. And there's the stool. Throw back to Roddy Piper. What a fool. Use the stool. Yeah, disqualification. Butterbean's going to win via DQ. I love it. Oh, who's throwing punches at him? Oh, okay. I was like, see, he looked like he got punched. And it was Butterbean throwing his glove. As a result of a disqualification. I think Butterbean would have won on points alone anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. That music is so trippy. Vince and his saxophones. Yeah, that's totally the Lawrence Taylor music, isn't it? I was like, where have I heard that before? LOD is OLD. Come on now. Oh, right. This is Goldust, I think, right? Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, she kind of looks like Zarya from NXT, doesn't she? Luna. It was so weird Goldust doing this at this time too, because he was getting big. He was large. He weighed a lot, you know? And he's out there in these ridiculous outfits.
This is a little ditty that I wrote when I was a child. I would like to share it with you all.
A little ditty.
Shut up for a minute. A little ditty? What do you say?
I think my favorite one was when he came out with the ball gag, whenever that one was. It might have been that Lowell Christmas show. Because I think he just dressed like a Christmas tree or something, and he had a ball gag in his mouth or something.
I am Sam. Sam, I am. Sorry, Dr. Zeus. That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? Hey, you wrote this?
Well, we're listening to the artist formerly known as Goldust read some Dr. Seuss.
Would you like them here or there? I think Dr. Seuss said I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Thank you, Dustin.
Shut the hell up! That's the part he wrote. Yeah, we apologize for that. Would you like them in a house?
I'm trying to think of the order of which things happened. He's artist formerly known as Goldust here for a while. He would carry this into 98 because he would be this gimmick at WrestleMania. And then he went, I know in like the fall of 98, he started the He's Coming Back thing. Okay, so maybe after this, what he does is he burns the Goldust costume on Raw. Then he kind of turns into, did Luna just push him? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think he burns the Goldust costume. Then, oh my God! And then he comes back as the born again Christian thing or something. He's carrying the picket signs like he's coming back, but really the he that he was talking about was the original Goldust, and he comes back and shatters the nuts of Val Venus. Look at this. I was there. Fayetteville. I was in the front row. You can see me here. So I was on the hard cam side, so you're really seeing the back of my head. Boy, I cannot believe that night was 28 years ago. I remember making the drive. I remember the drive home. I remember the Waffle House visit. I remember being there. I remember the way it smelled. I remember the parking garage right here where I was standing above watching everybody arrive. And they're about to, I mean, they're never going to win the tag team championships again. That was the end of the Legion of Doom. Tell him, Hawk. I think that's where Mr. Ass came from, was Hawk saying Mr. Ass. He got the booger. boogers. I remember this promo somehow. I must have seen this in later years because that's very familiar. I've seen that booger promo a few times. I forgot. You roll it around, you flick it. Oh, that's so good. Loved LOD's theme. Thought they had just a rockin' badass theme. Fit them perfectly. Still massively over. But this was kind of the end. They would do something, I want to say it's on Raw. It's in a couple of weeks. It's either near the end of the year or the beginning of January, where they destroy and demolish the LOD and they shave Hawk's mohawk. And then they are gone until WrestleMania, when they return as LOD 2000, which only lasts a few weeks. They get draws involved. Hawk gets suicidal. It's just a mess. So this is really the end. This is the last time we're going to see this version of the Road Warriors on pay-per-view ever. That's crazy. While the Outlaws make their entrance, I'll be right back. The Scary Dinosaurs, still very early Outlaws here, but they were the champs now. So I thought it was cool that I was there to see not only basically the end of the Road Warriors, but the beginning of the New Age Outlaws. This promo was on the Road Warriors DVD in 2005. Interesting. That was a really good documentary, if I remember correctly. They did a lot of, I think it was a long one, too. I'm pretty sure they spent a lot of time on that documentary. It's one of the better ones they did. WWE tends to kind of rewrite history a little bit on a lot of those documentaries and whatnot. But that one in particular was pretty good. So was the Four Horsemen one. I really liked. Because it was weird with those DVDs. Some of them were phoned in. Others, they really felt like they put a lot of time and effort in. Like the phoned in ones were like, I don't know, Mr. Perfect, Bobby the Brain Heenan, ones like that were the bigger ones were way better. Can we not even walk to the ring? 1997, my God. There they go. And there would be a slow transition here. I would also be at Unforgiven a few months later where these teams would meet again. But this time, Road Warriors would be LOD 2000. And by that point, the Outlaws were starting to get over. So they were about to kind of switch. Like the Outlaws were starting to become more popular almost. And so it wasn't going to work to have them lose. Or maybe they want, what the hell happened that night? Why do I have a memory of Road Dogg coming out with a blow-up doll? When the hell was that? Maybe that was Unforgiven. But I thought LOD 2000 Fate. Now I want to know. Yeah. It was the Outlaws and LOD. So I don't know what pay-per-view that was where Road Dogg came out with the blow-up doll. Seemed like there was some, like, brief... They were trying to, like, create some heat between the two briefly or something. I don't know what the fuck. Right. And by the time we got to Unforgiven, DX, or Outlaws were in DX. Because they joined the night after WrestleMania. So they were a much different team by that point. But here, I still think the majority of the crowd was pro Road Warriors over Outlaws. Well, if you ever had any doubt if Road Dogg was an Armstrong, you can tell from that hair right there. They all had them curls, didn't they? Huh. November 24th. I still have my ticket. Ooh. Lawler. You are crazy. I'm looking through my tickets and seeing if I can have a picture of it. I don't. I've got some other ones, though. Oh, shit. Look how big that is. This is my ticket from... This was the night of the DX invasion when they invaded Nitro. Raw was in Hampton, and Nitro was in Norfolk. That's my ticket there. So I was in section... I can't even see. Can't even see what the price is. $19 is what I paid for the ticket. Row 2, seat 5. I know I was in the first level, but not the floor. That's what I remember of that show. But I was hoping I could find the ticket to that show I was talking about. Oof. These are hard to see. These are my WrestleMania 15 tickets. Right there. They're kind of faded. I paid $75, and we were way up in the mezzanine level. First Union Center. Yeah, WrestleMania 15. And I had to mail away for those to WWE headquarters. And I got the tickets back with the WWE letterhead in the mail. And I still have, like, I kept the envelope that they came in with the WWF logo on it and the Stamford and all that. And it was like an official letter inside. But I kind of had to mail away in, like, this pre-order thing to get early tickets. I had some connection. I forgot what it was. But that's how I got them. Jimmy Corderas, what a bitch. Oh, a cooler of Gatorades and Sprites and water. Road Dogg picked up a can of soda to kind of use as a weapon and then thought better of it and dropped it because he's like, if I accidentally potato hawk with a can of soda, my life could be over. Smart move, Jesse James. Oh! That's styrofoam, I hope. Jesus. He just shattered the cooler over the head of Hawk. Billy wasn't scared of him. Look at that drop kick. He just did the worm. Road Dogg just did the worm. That's hilarious. Yeah, Starrcade would just be a couple of months or a couple of weeks later. Just Smitty, Hogan, and Sting. I don't know the date on it. It might have been just a week later, but it was later in December. And Starrcades were generally in December in WCW. I think November in the early days, and then December later on. Oof. Yeah, don't forget, Billy Gunn had a dynasty run with Bart as the Smoking Guns, and then did even more with the Outlaws. He's a 48-time tag team champion, apparently. I don't think I have a favorite candy bar. There's a lot of things I just don't have a favorite of. You know, like for candy bars, for example, if somebody's like, if you could just have one candy bar for the rest of your life, you can have one more, what would you pick? And I'm like, I don't know, just pick me one. And I'll eat. I like a lot of them. So, like, I don't give a shit. Kit Kat, Twix, Snickers, whatever. Just give me one, I'll eat it. Like, I'm weird like that. Like, I don't have, like, one absolute favorite. I don't think I could even pinpoint one. I don't eat a ton of candy bars, but I guess I eat a few. But I like them all. I like Snickers. I like Crunch. I like Milky Way, Three Musketeers, Reese's. I don't really have one that I hate. But if somebody was like, you can never have a candy bar again, I'd be like, yeah, fine, whatever. I'll find something else to eat. Uh-oh. Jeez. An Animal still going. I mean, they just came back in February, and here it is December, and they're done. I mean, they came in back. I mean, when they debuted or re-debuted at the Manhattan Center on Raw, I was so happy to see him back. Oh no, the Godwins. Oh shit, Cordera sees nothing. Oh no, they're gonna get DQ'd. He's got a bucket. Oh, took a swing at Corderas. Oh, he called for the bell. I remember at the time being pretty disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this bout as a result of a disqualification and still World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Bulldog Jesse
Travesty.
Badass Billy
It's a tragedy. Ryan Adams, I have a bag of the thin little individual wrapped York peppermint patties in my fridge right now. I keep them in the fridge, and I just ate like 4 of them before we went live. So shout out to Yorks. I like buying a lot of the individual stuff, like at the grocery store, buy like a package of like the little mini Snickers or something like that, kind of snack on those. I prefer that over like a whole candy bar. Too bad, LOD. And that's kind of it. We're not going to see LOD in this form ever again after this pay-per-view. Or this is the final pay-per-view. We'll see them in this form.
Are they going to come back? How many chances are they going to get to regain the WWF Tag Team titles? They had their big shot. They didn't get the job done. That may be it for LOD.
That might be it for LOD.
From our boot camp matchup, and certainly
Oh, boot camp match is next. I forgot about the boot camp match.
you expect to see that here in this next matchup with Triple H and the Star. Oh, you don't expect it. You know it's going to happen. The D-Generation X, they are, without a doubt,
Triple H is right in the middle of the transition from like DX Triple H to from Blue Blood because he's still wearing like the long robe. He would still do that for a little while until he would just fully transition into like a DX t-shirt when he came out.
History has dictated that any time-tested leader is sufficiently supported their tough talk, usually with a weapon in their arsenal worthy of swift and severe action. Now, although shelled for most of this decade, Sergeant Slaughter has been pressed to unleash the dreaded Cobra Clutch once again.
Look at this old footage of Sarge from the 80s. And if I remember right, I do have a memory of watching this match and thinking to myself, hey, that wasn't half bad because Sarge could bump.
It was usually thwarted only by aided firepower.
He was a lot like Ray Traylor. He just like could be quite agile when he wanted to be.
To ignore the past, he may be condemned to repeat it.
Oh, Jesus, Mahomes tore his ACL? I did not know that. I heard he got hurt. That sucks. I guess I need to text my sister.
And Hunter Hearst Helmsley, did you think when you began this disrespect of Commissioner Slaughter that it would backfire in your face?
Backfire? You're a bigger idiot than I thought. Look, what I got right here is a special survival kit for Sergeant Slaughter. I've got all I'm gonna need to beat Sergeant Slaughter in this bag. I've got a comb, specially made to comb his hair, so it'll look good when he goes to the ring. I've got Metamucil.
Metamucil.
I've got prunes to loosen the old man up.
Prunes.
Don't worry, Sarge. I've got your back covered too, because I got you some Depends.
Depends.
Listen up, Slaughter. This is not your generation.
See, even his promos, he's in transition right now. He's still got that Hunter Hearst Helmsley voice before he's turned into until he just drops it and sheds it completely. It's like phasing out right now.
Marks the spot. And when I get done, there'll be no hard
X marks the spot.
As a matter of fact, I might take a swing by your house and let your old lady take a smoke of the bass pipe.
Triple H, I wouldn't recommend that. I've seen his old lady. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's fine. But
D-Generation X absolutely deplorable, and this is going to be a rugged one-on-one matchup.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I wouldn't dare not be ready. Nor would I dare to be sour. You don't like prunes? I have never tried a prune, and I never fucking will. I will guarantee you that. I will never ingest a prune, ever. If my choice is prune or jail, it's jail. I don't like raisins either. We talked about that. People say, how do you know you don't like it if you don't try it? I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying it. There's absolutely nothing you can do. I will fight to the death to not ingest a prune. Boot camp match. I'll turn this down so I don't get copyright matched for the DX music. So it would be a couple of weeks later on Raw. I was here in California visiting my family for Christmas and watched that in my parents' house. Even my mom chuckled at the finish. Look at Slaughter getting interviewed by Jim Cornette. You piece of human excretion. I mean, this is a former WWE champion. At this point, he's got greater accolades than Hunter does. He's main evented a WrestleMania against Hulk Hogan. Damn near kicked out of the leg drop, too. You puke. Jose Lopez, you like prune juice? Okay. I don't really have a no sociopaths apology or a policy here on the channel, so everyone is welcome. No, he does come out to Angle's music, doesn't he? The Patriot. I mean, the Patriot was just there. The Patriot just left. That's pretty wild. Didn't the Patriot wrestle at Survivor Series? Or at least he wrestled at Hell in the Cell or Bad Blood. That's the quickest recycled theme ever. I thought Slaughter had a theme in WWE. I thought he had one that they used for him. I'm surprised he's coming out to this. I mean, they wasted. It's not even like they dusted off an old theme. This is a theme they used for a different wrestler a month ago. That is crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's do some math here. I'm going to look up. I don't know why I just don't do this on my phone. It would be much easier since my phone is right here. Sergeant Slaughter is 77 years old, born in 1948. This is 1997, so he's 49 years old for this match. It's not bad. He's only a year older than me. Oh, yeah, Sarge is definitely north of 310. He's 338. Thank you, Riles. For the $5, well, I remember you saying 15 years ago that everyone will miss Cena when he's gone, and he will be missed like The Rock. Spot on. Oh, man. There's definitely going to be some people that won't miss him, but people are gonna miss him. I was pretty adamant about that back in the day. I'm like, you watch, he'll retire, everybody will be sad. You'll all love him, you'll all show him respect. You'll grow out of your rage. You'll mature, all that stuff. There's been lots of things I've been wrong about too, but that's one thing I was dead on about. Geritol. I forgot about Geritol. Geritol. I don't even know what Geritol is. I just know it was something that old people took. Since I'm almost old, maybe I'll look up, see if I need to take any Geritol. Geritol. What the fuck is Geritol? Oh, it's just a vitamin and iron supplement. Okay. It's a multivitamin used to treat or prevent vitamin deficiency due to poor diet, certain illness, or during pregnancy. All right, I'm not going to need Geritol. I'm all right. I should be Geritol free for most of my life. White Mamba, seen as the most overly hated man in wrestling history. Yes, he probably does own the title there, but Tony Khan is gaining. I think Tony Khan's a firm number 2 at this point. Sarge has his belt. Here we go. Wonder what Slaughter got paid for this. I mean, he got paid for his normal WWE job, but he was going to get a payout for this match. I'm curious what it was. Like in 1997, right after Brett left, WWE's not in the greatest financial of times. Like if you had to guess for the time, you know, factoring in inflation and all that and what money was like back then, what do you think his payday for this match was? I don't even know. 15,000? Or am I way undershooting that for 1997 standards? What was the buy rate for this fucking thing? Buy rate 144,000. It's not great. Oh, I love that. God, homie is 49 years old, and Sarge could always take that bump. It was a common bump that Sarge would take in every decade he wrestled in, and he would fly chest first into the top turnbuckle and then flip himself over the top rope. He got eliminated from the Royal Rumble like that once, too. You know, it's like how Flair and even Hunter like to do the upside down thing. Sarge liked to do that. I mean, that was just an insane bump for someone who's almost 50. Yeah, there was that letter leaked, right, from Vince to the Warrior from December of '97 of him offering a Warrior like a $750,000 deal to come back. I think Vince was in panic mode after Brett left, and he's like, I got to get somebody. And he reached out to Hellwig. I think Hellwig told him to go to hell. And then Vince shifted and refocused, and they brought in Tyson, and it's a good thing they didn't bring back in Warrior. They were talking to Hogan, too, apparently, around that time, and I'm glad that didn't work out. How do I feel about grapefruits? I love random questions. Love them. I like grapefruits. Oh! God damn, I like Mark Eaton. Oh. Did Mark Eaton pass away? I don't remember. I feel like he might have. Get paid to ring a bell. Look at him sprawled out. I was a big Mark Eaton Mark. He was always there. He had the best seat in the house for a lot of big matches, man. A lot of big ones. I mean, look at the bump he takes here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just nuts. I mean, and this crap with Slaughter, this would go all the way in beyond WrestleMania, right? I mean, at WrestleMania, it's Owen and Hunter, and you got Slaughter cuffed to China on the outside. So this would go on for months, these two. Oh, wow, he's got it. There you go. Boot camp brawl. What's he got? Or boot camp match. Got a chain. I am curious, Zane, when Cena, because he did sign the ambassador deal, apparently we will see him again in a WWE environment, just not in a match. So if he did appear like on a TV, like on a SmackDown or a Raw, or came out on pay-per-view, I'm assuming he's not going to be in the jorts and shirt, right? Because that's supposed to be done. What, is he going to come out in like a suit? What's he going to look like? Or maybe he's just going to be in regular clothes? I don't know. But he made it sound like the hat and the shirt and all that is done. But he might come out. He might come out in the shirt. I hope not. I kind of hope that's all done. I want that all in the past now. If Cena makes an appearance, it should be... He can come out in a T-shirt, but just not the whole getup, you know. Maybe just a T-shirt, but no hat, you know. Maybe a T-shirt and long pants, T-shirt and jeans, and no hat. Then that's fine. Just different. Jesus, another big bump by Slaughter. I'll hand it to Sarge. I mean, he's going to be occupying a spot here on pay-per-view, so he's not going to go effortless here. He's taking his bumps, taking his licks. And we got Butterbean and Sergeant Slaughter both occupying pay-per-view match spots. Gives you an idea how thin the roster was back then. Sarge caught him with the boot. I would have loved Warrior in the locker room with Shamrock and trying to pull that shit. Try to pull some shit with Shamrock, and Shamrock just ends him. Be awesome. Big vertical. Slaughter going to the top. For a large man, Sarge could bump, and he could take big bumps like that. He could go to the top rope. He could do that flying bump in the corner that he always loved to do. And a kick out. Sami fighter, I kind of wonder what Hogan would have been in 98 WWF. I'm glad we didn't have to find out. I'm glad he wasn't there to get in Steve Austin's way, because that's all he would have done. And that would have stunted the growth of Austin, and it would have still been living in the past. I'm glad we didn't go down that road. The Austin era was fun in WWE when he won the title in 98 and we had that great summer and all that. I'm so glad Hogan wasn't there to fuck all that up. That summer of 98 was fun. Summer of 97 was fun. Miracle Ear. There it is. Cobra Clutch. Or the $1 Million Dream. Same move. Chyna's there. Yeah, this is a boot camp match, so Chyna can do whatever she wants. Including beat the shit out of Jack Doan, which is what I think you should do, Chyna. Look at her guns. Look at her guns. Look at her oiled up guns. Chyna is ridiculous. I remember when Chyna first got the plastic surgery, I was horrified. I didn't think it looked good, but she wound up looking a lot better than she did back in these days. It really did make her look great. Once she filled into it a couple years after she had it done, I thought she was hot. But I remember at first being like, oh no, what did they make her do? Come on, Chyna. Oh, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. Sarge just powders Chyna in the face. All right, so she gets him back then at WrestleMania, doesn't she? Oh! The boot. I didn't realize they did the powder in this match because she would get revenge. She would pull the powder out of her pocket at WrestleMania when they're chained together and throw it in his face. I like that. And there's another Cobra Clutch. I mean, I'm pretty certain Triple H wins this, but I guess I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure he does. Coco Anarchy. Sorry you're late. You know the rules. 50 push-ups on your knuckles. Get cracking. Let me know when you're done. The arm drops 3 times. It's over. Chyna's here for a low blow. Look at her. She's coming. She's coming. Here it comes. Boom. 3 points. Oh, Foxstar, also late. Yeah, I know the feeling of originally supposed to be off and then you're not. Yeah, been there, my friend. But unfortunately, rules are rules. Go ahead and join Coco in 50 push-ups on your knuckles. You guys can race. Pedigree on the chair. Please give it to me. Ooh, Sarge took it. I mean, I got to hand it to Sarge. He put everything into this match. That's going to be it. Sarge, always kicking out. Same thing at WrestleMania 7. I mean, he kicked out of the leg drop at 3 1/10. He had kicked out. So crazy. He kind of half kicked out of that, too. Sarge always protecting himself. Cowboys and Vikings tied. I think the Lions lost today, right? I never did check the final score, but they were losing. Pretty sure they did lose. Where the hell's the score? I swear they played today. Yeah, they lost. Lost by a touchdown. Son of a bitch. But the Packers also lost, and the Vikings could also lose. So it might not hurt the Lions, but I'm not even sure playoff-wise. What are the Lions looking at? Are they out? What is the best they can do at this point? Wild card or something? Not feeling the Lions this year. They've lost a lot of games. So this match, what I will say for it is I have not seen it in 28 years, but it lived up exactly what I had in my memory. I remember watching it at the time and thinking, hey, it was a pretty decent match. And it was. Props to Sarge. Went out there and bumped, worked hard, took his licks. He knew his job and he did it. I hated this outfit. I didn't like the stripes. I didn't understand what the hell that thing was either when he wore that, but I didn't really love this. But he would go back to the whatever that is. I don't remember how this match goes, Undertaker and Jeff Jarrett. I have no... Does it even happen? Why do I think there's a schmoz or something here? What am I not... What do I forget? Is this his in-ring debut? And then there's me. So stupid. This is so stupid. I mean, he was trying to change up his look. That's fine. But I felt like this wasn't resonating or something here. He would kind of go back to this, like he would go back to the bullshit. But then when he would get his head shaved and he would move to the short trunks, he would kind of adopt that J or that logo or whatever the hell the design's that's going on there. He would kind of have that on the side of his trunks. So he would kind of revert back to this look. But I barely remember him wrestling like with this gear. And I don't remember when they brought in what's his face? Fuller. who Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller had a ton of history from way back in the 80s. And so they brought him in. He was like Colonel Parker in WCW and Tennessee Lee. And I don't remember when they brought Tennessee Lee in, when they made that transition. But I know by the time they got to Unforgiven, he was the old country singing looking Jeff Jarrett. I have no recollection of how this match goes. I feel like I'm watching it for the first time. I feel like something happens and it doesn't happen. I can't... Does Jeff just get tombstoned and pinned here? Is this Undertaker's first match back since Hell in the Cell? I think it must be. Yeah, I did see Jey Uso's drunk interview after the pay-per-view with Kathy Kelly. I did love that he said that John Cena left his raggedy-ass Skechers in the ring, because when we were watching the match, I said to Elizabeth, I'm like, I think he's wearing Skechers. Tito has a USB cord wrapped around his neck right now. Let me rescue him. It's not good, buddy. Not good. Okay, in the middle of the build to WrestleMania. Okay, gotcha. Did he sing at Unforgiven? Because that's what I'm trying to remember. I remember being there. We were up in the upper deck, though. But I think Jeff Jarrett sang or something, didn't he? Or was that when he came out on the horse? Or did he sing and come out on the horse? Something happened that night. The night Ric Flair was supposedly circling the building in his car. Waiting for the green light to make an appearance on pay-per-view. For the World Wrestling Federation. But he was not allowed. All right, so this is Jarrett versus Undertaker. This match looks like it's actually going to happen, but I don't have a memory of it. I don't know what the hell happens here. Unless Kane shows up. Does Kane show up? Jarrett doesn't win this, does he? And Taker would get another crack, you know, at Shawn Michaels. I mean, he was the winner of the Hell in the Cell, was going to get the title shot at Survivor Series, and Undertaker wound up getting a title shot anyway at the Royal Rumble. So it's like the Hell in the Cell stakes just didn't really mean much at the end of the day. Taker got a shot, and he got it in a casket match, no less. If he didn't win, that's nobody's fault but his own. What's Taker, 0 for 2 at Royal Rumble casket matches? And I know these guys worked matches in like 94 or 95. As a matter of fact, Jarrett was out there to help Yokozuna beat Undertaker in the casket match. And I think he came out to try to do it in the next casket match and got kicked in the face by Chuck Norris, remember? So there's some history with Taker and Jarrett. Even prior to WWE, there is. Oh. I put this match in the same category. There's another In Your House match. We've watched it, or at least did a review on it, one or the other. But Good Friends, Better Enemies. There's a Gold Dust and Ultimate Warrior match on there that I really always had a hard time remembering what the hell happened. There was like some dude with a hat out there or something. And I always had a hard time like remembering what the hell happened there. And this is another match that's like the same thing. I just don't remember this one. And for some reason, I had it in my head that it either didn't happen or Jarrett wiggled out of it or something.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that very night. The Undertaker may never be the same, and he may not be the same here tonight. You may see history in the making. You may see Jeff Jarrett. Everybody looking in right now probably thinks, just look at the size differences. Jeff is a tremendous underdog, but I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Jeff Jarrett. Something special is going to happen here tonight.
Thanks for the 5, Fox Star. You've finished watching WrestleMania 14 and just started Spring Stampede 98 in your viewing project. What was the main event in that one? Stampede 98. That would have been prior to Goldberg winning the title, so Hogan would have been champ probably. I don't know who he was feuding with in 98. Well, I guess he might have been doing a lot of the Rodman shit, maybe. Or that's about to start. Maybe not quite yet. What the hell was the main event at Spring Stampede 98? Was that Savage and DDP? Or was that the previous year? Sting and Randy. Okay. Did we watch that one? There we go. Nope. Thought we were going to get a choke slam on Jeff. JARRETT. Big boot. I mean, that's his shoot name, too. Like, so I wonder if in school, when they're taking attendance, and they're like, Jeff Jarrett, yes, ma'am, here. That's JEFF. JARRETT. I'm here. Jeff Jarrett. I mean, that's what I would have done if that was my name. Teachers would have been annoyed by it, but I wouldn't have cared. I would have continued to do it no matter what. Hendersonville, Tennessee, where I'm sure a plethora of Waffle Houses exist, which makes it my kind of place. I saw Tennessee just got like they're an In-N-Out. It's the farthest east In-N-Out has ever been. I have like 3 In-N-Outs or I have 11 In-N-Outs within a 3-mile radius of my house. And I don't even think it's that great. But they had the line was like a mile long with tents, people camping out to get that burger. I'm like, it's not worth camping out. Just wait till everything settles down. You've waited this long for an In-N-Out. Just wait another few months until the buzz wears off and the place isn't as crazy packed busy, and then go in and get some better quality stuff, because they're probably making that shit so fast they can't even keep up. I'm like, I would never camp out for a fast food burger. That's straight insanity. Oh, I knew it. I was about to say, what happens here? Surely we have to see the Brother Kane. Oh, God, here he comes. And the music. I loved the first Kane theme. So badass. The pyro when he came through. It didn't take me long to get behind Kane. I thought the idea of Kane when Paul Bearer was bringing him up in the summer was really dumb. And I'm like, this is going to be stupid. And then when we heard, prior to Kane debuting, that it was going to be Glenn Jacobs, and knowing what his track record already was, I was very skeptical. I'm like, this is going to be the dumbest shit ever. And it wasn't. Just fit. Goofy-ass gimmick, much like Mark Calloway made Undertaker work. Kane does the same thing. This is like the second time Kane has bailed out Jarrett. Look at Jeff. Now, Jarrett and Kane and Jacobs have history, too, from Tennessee. Ugh. I'm pretty sure Jarrett and Unabomb probably had a run in somewhere, right? USWA. Oh, and he slaps him across the face. So this is their first face-to-face since Hell in the Cell? I don't have a brother, so I'd have to imagine my sister repeatedly slapping me in the face as hard as she could, and how I would react to that. Would I refuse to tombstone her? Or would I just have to do it? Hit her with a chair? Or would I just not be able to strike my own sibling? I don't know. That's right, Jarrett wins, right? He's attacking. Why would you do this? Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, we're going to get a Hogan must pose moment here with Jarrett getting chokeslammed. Yeah, so that's what I knew. My brain thought that something was abnormal about this match. And what's abnormal about this match is that Jarrett actually got the victory here via disqualification. My memory was just off, but my brain knew something was just different. It's like my brain can't fully process the memory or something. Same thing with Goldust and Ultimate Warrior. Damn, Dick Van Dyke turned 100 yesterday? I didn't even know that. Holy crap. Imagine being 50. I couldn't imagine having 52 years still ahead of me in life. That's crazy. I think I got like 27. Oh, Jeff Jarrett, raise his hand. Boy, we're getting everybody's music playing here. Timmy White's like, fine, one more time. Mike Witt, what's up? Oh, I didn't see your super chat. Oh, yeah, I did. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Yeah, that one. It did stick out. Just saw it. What's up, man? Thanks for that $10 too. I was fine without Cena's last match last night. That's the way John wanted to go out. I was, however, not a fan of the Oba-Cody match. Oba should have gotten a clean win. I don't know. I think they didn't want to beat either one of those guys then. They were obliging John Cena, his idea. They put that match together. I thought the match was good prior to the DQ. I loved that Cody was bleeding from the ear. And in my mind, you got a good look at Obafemi. You got to see what it was like in what he was like in this environment, how he responded, how he looked. And I thought he looked great. I thought he passed all the tests. You could tell even in the promo on SmackDown that he's fitting right in to that main event scene, and he's going to be just fine when those days come. So to me, we learned a lot about that. I didn't need a clean winner or anything yet here. When he gets on the main roster permanently and whatnot, then do that. But don't forget, he just lost to Ricky Saints. So there's no rule that says he's got to beat Cody here. If they did that, it would kind of remind me of like Kevin Owens and Cena, which would have been shocking and fun. But I don't think last night's decision was the wrong one. If he would have won, I would have been fine with it. Oh, hell yeah, cool. They're really going to make a big deal out of this guy. But I still think there's plenty of time to make a big deal out of him. And going with a DQ finish was just a safe way to get out of the match, and it didn't offend me too much.
Final question, Intercontinental title matchup coming up. What do you like, Stone Cold or The Rock? Oh, Stone Cold. Stone Cold all the way. That's my man.
Stone Cold. Oh, Mark Henry's not joining the nation yet. Mark Henry. Look at the seats they gave Mark Henry. Where's he, up in the top row? Or I guess there's only one level. But he's got like the worst seats I've ever seen. They got him way. That is a rib. I'm sorry. They've got Mark Henry, who's under contract, up in the second to last row before you get to the wall. That is crazy.
The Rock may be in for a long night. That's my opinion. That's your opinion. An opinion are like noses. Everybody's got one, but everybody's entitled to my opinion. My opinion is this: that Rock, The Rock, is going to take care of Stone Cold.
All right, it's time for The Rock in Austin.
But you're going to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take you back and show you some of the events that have led to this upcoming confrontation.
Rocky Maivia rapid rise to glory in the WWF was unparalleled.
Yeah, that show was when they did the 316 on the beeper. Yeah, I was there for that one.
Fame went straight to Rocky's head, and The Rock became enamored with his own persona and celebrity status. The Rock fell in love with himself.
You know, The Rock is a lot of things. You're looking at the real Intercontinental Champion, The Rock.
I mean, his IC run lasted all the way until SummerSlam. He had a pretty healthy run there. Even though he didn't technically win the title or get the title until the next night on Raw when Austin would just give him the belt, Rock stole it, like stole the physical belt after Austin beat Owen for it and has been walking around for 4 weeks on TV with it. So Austin is the champ going into this match. He's going to win back the belt that he already owns, only to pass it right back to The Rock the next night. So even though Austin won the Intercontinental title, he never carried the physical belt through the entire run. He basically carried it on the night that he won it and on the night that he won it back. And that was it. Rock had it for the rest of it.
No nation, no faction, no brotherhood. He cares about one thing, and it's reflected in his creed.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Stone Cold has force-fed this doctrine to Rocky and the entire nation with a barrage of stunners.
A barrage of stunners. Thanks for the 5, Mike. Yeah, I'm surprised Randy Orton wasn't there. There's a lot of people that people were like, WWE should have brought them in. And I get that. Randy feels like he should have been a no-brainer, but we don't know the story. Randy might add some other commitments or some shit. We don't know. But yeah, everybody else saying like, oh, so-and-so should have been there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit that they weren't. But Randy is a different story. I feel like Randy is one of the ones that, yeah, he kind of should have been. Maybe not Brock. I understand not Brock because they just wrestled and Brock's a heel and, you know, maybe not Brock. But Randy being there would have been cool and seems like it would have been fitting because I think that John Cena will be at Randy Orton's retirement. So, yeah, probably should have been. But I think everybody else who was there was just the people who were available. If this would have been the night after like a WrestleMania or something when you got all of the roster there and in town and in the building and whatnot, but this is just one singular show with only 4 matches on it. You don't need to fly in 200 members of your roster. And some of them might love Cena, but they're like, no, I'm off this week. I'm home with my family. I don't want to go. Love you, Cena, but I don't want to go. I'll just watch it on TV and send you a text. All right, Rock and Austin, one of the first matches between them.
You would not only beat Stone Cold Steve Austin, but you would also embarrass Stone Cold.
I don't remember if Austin, if there's a TV match that exists between Austin and like Rocky Maivia, the babyface Rocky Maivia. I don't think so, but there might be.
Intercontinental champ. Okay, so let's get that straight right now. And not only that, it's time for The Rock to represent as the people's champion. As a matter of fact, the best damn intercontinental.
And this will be a WrestleMania main event in a year and a half.
J.R. King, here comes the nation with The Rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, scheduled for one fall, from the one-hour
And Rock's got the belt around his waist.
Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Championship. About to enter the arena, accompanied by fellow Nation of Domination members, Farouk Mustafa.
I don't know how I feel. I like the different sets. This one isn't one of my favorites. The DX just looks a little weird, but I still appreciate the effort of unique sets. Loud Rocky sucks chants. This is Rock's best haircut? Yeah. Definitely better than his debut hair. The Chia Pet. It's a beautiful Intercontinental belt, isn't it?
His Intercontinental title. Right. You gotta beat Austin first before you're the Intercontinental Champion, and I'm not so sure you can get it done.
Possibly rest in peace, Rob Reiner. What are you talking about? Oh, no. Jesus. Man and woman found dead inside director Rob Reiner's home, and that could very well likely be him and his wife. Jesus. Man, they're about to release, unless they have already, the next Spinal Tap. Oh, shit. That's not good. Oh, anyway, we got to get back to the pay-per-view here. That's a shame. I just got a text from my buddy right now, hey J-Dog, who says, looks like someone killed Rob Reiner and his wife. The text came in right now, 7:18 p.m. That's crazy. I forgot, help me out, is there a stip here? Why are they kicking his ass?
Nothing the referee can do because this match has not started. But when it does, the Intercontinental title.
Hey, answer me this. When Austin was making his entrance, because we were talking about the Rob Reiner stuff, did they network edit his theme onto that? Didn't he come out to like AC/DC or something for this? Boy, that was awesome, though. D'Lo just went through the windshield and got stunned on top of the pickup truck. Oh, and now the match starts. Okay, I'm like, is there a stip here or something? Like a no DQ stip? And Austin, this is only like his second match back in the ring since the pile driver. Austin, take your vest off, bro. Where is the ref? But they've got D'Lo is still unconscious on the roof of the truck. Kama and Farouk or Ron Simmons are beating the hell out of Austin on the outside. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Austin taking out both Simmons and Godfather there. And D'Lo got smashed through the windshield. So Austin is taking on the entire faction here. Rock's low blows, it's not even like the standard low blow. It is a fist to the penis. As deliberate as you can be. It's not even like the forearm thing where you come up, he's just like, boom. I was like, your pee is going to be dark red for the next 3 months. Courtesy of my fist. How you doing under there, buddy? Austin fighting this whole match in the vest. I mean, even after he came back, like after the pile driver, his first match was with Owen. He was a little bit heavier here. He put on a little bit of weight, but he wasn't wrestling a ton. And I'm not sure after this if he wrestled on TV before the Royal Rumble. I don't think he did. So he probably only wrestled at Survivor Series, then here at DX, then at Royal Rumble, right? I don't know if he had matches on TV. He might have, but I don't know if he did. He might have came out and stunned some people a few weeks, but I don't recall any matches between now and the Royal Rumble the following year. Yeah, I saw the shooting too. Sometimes I just do the selfish thing and turn away. I think when I get older and retire, I might turn into Brock Lesnar and just find some faraway place to get away and live secluded away from this evil fucking world. And just live safe and content and happy. And not have to worry about some dipshit blowing my fucking head off when I go out for an ice cream. Austin does not intend on taking his jacket off. Maybe Rock at WrestleMania 19 got revenge. He goes, you know, if you're going to do that to me at In Your House, I'm going to do that to you at WrestleMania. Give me that jacket. And then he wore it for like half the match, didn't he? Is Austin going to literally win this match in his vest? Oh, he stunned the referee. Punch him. He stunned the referee. That's awesome. I'm not sure if the camera caught that. Rock's got the knucks. Boom. Got the stunner, but there's no referee. Corderas comes in there and makes the 3 count. Wins the title back, and now he takes the vest off. Now the match is over. That's awesome. And it's after this that the next night on Raw, he literally gives that championship to The Rock, or gives it to Vince, or to give to The Rock or whatever, and makes it known that he wants to go after the bigger prize. He wants to go after the championship. And the road to that would be through the Royal Rumble. And they made him the obvious winner right from the get-go. Basically, the next night on Raw, they made it known that he's going to be the guy. How are we going to get this truck out of here? I don't know, King. My method, I would probably put the key in the ignition, turn it on, put it in reverse, and back it the fuck out of there. It ain't rocket surgery. I doubt the engine would be damaged from one backdrop beyond the point that you can't at least back it out. And if you can't, throw that bitch in neutral and push it out. These are common sense solutions. I mean, the hood is dented to shit, but I'm not sure if the engine would be damaged. Maybe. Any mechanics out there, what do you think? Engine all right?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, controversial winner. Well, I think The Rock was the winner. Stone Cold used that truck as a weapon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a very special look at the challenger.
Here we go, Shawn Michaels and Ken Shamrock.
The intensity of Ken Shamrock.
I don't think at the time I thought Kenny was going to win the title, but I thought it would be cool if he did. I think he'd look great with the Winged Eagle title. Like, Kenny's so jacked and badass looking. He comes out with the wingy. Oh, my God. He'd look great with the belt, I think. I would have given him a run. He'd be the most legitimate champion you ever had. I've always considered him and as a appetizer to Brock. We got him first. He was a little more raw, a little less smooth in the ring. And then Brock came around, who was bigger, equally as tough, and 5 or 6 times more athletic. Shawn with the sucker, eating the fucking sucker.
So what I have done with the help of China and Triple H, I have been in that gym training these legs, and my pain tolerance is at an all-time high. I'm good. Keep going. I'm in the zone, brother. I'm in the zone. I can't I'm in the zone, brother. I gotta go. Here we go.
I'm like, okay, so Shawn's got his left knee, I guess, bent. He's sitting on his foot, and then they got a fake, I guess. I mean, I suppose that could be his real foot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you look at how many times he's turning his ankle, they're in his 3rd rotation now, it's probably not his real ankle. I can tell. You guys might not be able to, but I can tell. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance. I say like a 70% chance that's fake.
D-Generation X's antics continue to degenerate when later that night they attacked Jim the Anvil Neidhart after a match against Triple H.
I forgot that Neidhart stuck around. I always thought that night in Fayetteville that I was there was Neidhart's last night. But the next night would have been a taping, which is probably what this is from. Is that a tattoo on his back? What's going on his back? Oh, they spray painted him. Okay, so this must be the night after the Fayetteville show, because they did tapings on Tuesdays back then. And this is probably the end of Neidhart right here. Neidhart holding China back. The fact that Neidhart came back too was just crazy.
You're no stranger to pay-per-view. You've got a lot of experience in high-pressure matches. And believe me, I know that you're prepared to get in your zone, but Shawn Michaels has the experience in WWF title situation. This is your first WWF title match on pay-per-view. How are you going to counteract Michaels' better experience?
Well, it's like this. I do have a lot of experience.
Jim Ross doing the interviews instead of cutting the promos is not right.
Shawn Michaels, you're a good wrestler. You have great experience and good conditioning. I'm going to tell you this.
Shamrock.
When I get in my zone, there'll be a lot of hurting going on. And there's one thing that you can count on tonight. You will be squealing like a baby.
Okay. Shamrock talks like you don't know that his sentence is over. Like, are you done? Is there more? Is that the end of it? Kenny was so funny on the mic. Like, is he done talking or what's going on there? The good old pulsing prelude to the main event matches. Love that from back in the day. And here comes Shamrock. I kind of wish he would have won here. And put the title on your most credible guy. I mean, they were on the ropes. WCW just landed a big punch in the form of Bret Hart punching Vince McMahon and then leaving and going to WCW. And now WWE's got all that bad press about that the WCW could potentially capitalize on. Of course, they didn't because they're stupid. But they were on the ropes here, man. They were reeling. And so, like, if they want to at least have the belt around the waist of a guy that could fuck up anybody on your roster, where Shawn, as we know, is 0 for what, 5 in real life fights that we know of. Fox Star, this was thanks for the $10, man. This was the final pay-per-view to have the New Generation logo on the lower left hand of the corner screen. 8 days later, Raw was when they officially started putting the scratch logo on the screen. Okay, cool. I was asking that question earlier when they started doing that, and apparently it was 8 days later.
Obviously our pay-per-view. Hunter couldn't even break win with Sergeant Slaughter. Thank goodness he just farted, so he broke win now. But the fact of the matter is, how do I deal with Ken Shamrock?
Sean is such a weirdo.
I go out there and show him why I am exactly what you just said. It was miserable for you to have to spit it out. But the number one man in the World Wrestling Federation, number one man in this industry is a heartbreaking kid, Shawn Michaels. I'm going to show you why in just a couple of minutes. Girth Brooks, get that tub of goo. Thanks a lot. Sure, anytime.
Very curious about the Rob Reiner stuff. I really hope he was not murdered. Because who just died? Him and his wife, same thing, found dead, but I think it was something else, like a poisoning or something. And that was just recently. Why can't I think of who that was? Not Clint Eastwood, but, oh man, who the hell was it? And this is when Shawn's going to come out to the DX song for a while. He's done with Sexy Boy, at least for the time being. Although he would be a sexy boy again. He would only be a degenerate for a few months, then he'd be a sexy boy, and he would go through that a few times in his career. Sometimes he would pause sexy boy to be a degenerate. He would do it again in 2006. Gene Hackman, thank you. I was like, whoever it was in his 90s. It was Gene Hackman, yeah. That's sad. I'm a big Rob Reiner fan. Princess Bride. And of course, Spinal Tap, which has got their sequel coming out or is out or something. Which I cannot believe they're doing 40 years later. Just like Spaceballs. What am I texted my friend back to say, yeah, I literally just found out 2 seconds ago on the stream. And he's like, God bless, but I'm just waiting for the insult from shithead. So we know who he's talking about. And I'm sure dipshit McMuffin ass will have something just delightful to say about Rob Reiner. Break it down. Oh, the sequel is already on Max? I didn't fucking know it was out. We've been watching Entourage. I gotta watch that then. I wasn't sure if it was like even available yet. I kind of forgot about it. Okay, holy shit! I can watch it. I can watch it like now. That's spectacular news. Thanks for that. We're on season 6 of Entourage, the great show about Turtle and his group of friends. Although I think my favorite character is Lloyd. Lloyd's the best. Oh, nice. I don't remember at all how good or bad this match is. I mean, who knows how Shamrock felt about the whole screw job thing? You know, he might be a little bit pissed off if I was Sean. Sean's pretty brave going in here. Like, what if Shamrock and Brett talked? And Brett was like, look, I got all the pull in the world with Bischoff and WCW right now. Go out there on the pay-per-view and break Sean's arm. Get fired, and we'll bring you in immediately. You can show up on Nitro. Just do it. Just break his arm. Break his arm. Take the title. And then come to WCW. Back in those days, it was the Wild Wild West. I'm sure they could probably figure out a way to pull it off. Vince had lawyers, but he wasn't like financially in the driver's seat. WCW probably could have forced the issue. There you go. Is this their first? Wow. I think this is the first time these guys have ever wrestled, right? Because in 97, Sean spent so much time out of the ring. Shamrock was just getting going. Even in the summertime, Sean kind of left, and after he was quickly back. I can't imagine when him and Shamrock would even have time to mix it up until right before this. So this is definitely their first match. It's got to be. They had a match weeks earlier? Oh, they did? Jesus. Sean sold the punch to the stomach. So weird. 5 more from Mike. Thanks, dude. I'm just happy Vince wasn't at Cena's last match. I was a little worried. I heard rumors he wanted to. Yeah, he might have been there, but he didn't. He wasn't. I'm glad that him and President Fuckwad wasn't there either. But that's not really a Triple H call. That's a TKO call. And Vince is not allowed back. If he was, he would have to be there secretly or never shown on camera or something like that. I just wonder how long it's going to take for John Cena to be in the ring for a segment on TV where some heel comes out and threatens his retirement. And then the fans are going to be like, ooh, are we going to get another match? Oh, my God. Helmsley's nose penetrated Michael's forehead. Let's hope not. Up, Shamrock up, almost tumbled. Oh, man, he just muscled Sean up. Sean called something. Oh, he's going to get kicked. I didn't like that spot. Sean's been doing this for years. I don't like when you lay on the top rope and then somebody kicks you that you believe that they would fly 5 feet up in the air. Ooh, nice low blow. It's hard to get your leg up that high, much less with enough power to send a human body 5 feet into the air. Up, Sean's going to jump back up and skin the cat. It's official and confirmed. Oh, my God. It's their son did it? Jesus Christ. Ooh. Why would their son? Who the fuck is their son? Oh, what a horrible way to die. Especially at that age. Their dad, his dad, Carl Reiner, was a great actor too. Only recently died. A few years ago. Oh, that's a shame. Well, that's the thing about live streams. We've been here for a lot of breaking news over the years. We were here to get the Bray Wyatt news. Broke right live on stream. Oh, Shamrock posted. Yeah, Juliet is making sure we know this is a rumor. So we don't know anything for sure. Chyna's been busy tonight. She got powdered in the face. Now she's beating the hell out of Kenny. Triple H in there, laying in some shots. Sean with a splash. Oof. Face first. Son taken into custody, apparently. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not looking at any news. I'll get right on that, King. Oh. How long did it take them to get rid of the regular WWF logo on the turnbuckle pads? When did we get the scratch permanently? I don't think the scratch was there for WrestleMania 14. Might have been. Yeah, who knows the situation? It's just so heartbreaking. I mean, I'm horrified by how it sounds, but at the same time, I'm really glad it wasn't like a terroristic or assassination type of thing, where someone's just out there trying to kill a liberal or something like that, you know, like nothing like that. This is still horrifying and awful sounding, especially when it's his own son, 2 weeks before Christmas. Jesus. Yeah. Thanks for the 5, Mike Witt. Now I got to watch All in the Family tonight. Rest in peace, Meathead. That's my earliest memory of him. You know, I have a really weird movie opinion that I guarantee you nobody else has. And I mean nobody. And this might sound crazy, but I actually prefer EdTV over Truman Show. When 99.9% of the rest of everybody else who's ever seen those two movies have it reversed. I actually like EdTV better. I just like it better. And Rob Reiner is in that, and he's actually pretty good. He gets outed for having, for buying a penis pump or something at the end of the movie or whatever. I don't know. It's just a guilty pleasure movie. I like it better than Truman Show. I just didn't like Truman Show that much. It's okay, but I don't look at it as the classic that everybody else does. I'm an EdTV guy. Come on, Kenny. Kenny loved doing that. The only problem with that pinning combination is you have one arm completely free to do anything, like get your shoulder up. Yeah, Ray, like I said, I'm the only one that has that opinion. Nobody else does. I'm unique in that way. Oh, we got the Gunther and Cena finish going on here. Is Kenny going to tap? Is Kenny going to tap with a smile? Sean's staying on his feet for all this, though. Oh, not anymore. I mean, this is probably, I mean, I don't remember anything about it up until now, so this is like the first time I've seen it in 28 years. But I feel like this is definitely one of Kenny's better matches. He's in there with Sean, for crying out loud. Wow, he's going for the Rana. Hurricane Rana on Sean. Oh, now he's just going to pummel him. That's good. Michael Games, I prefer A Time to Kill. I don't like military shit. I don't like movies about like the Army and stuff or Navy or anything like that. I hated Saving Private Ryan. I just don't like those type of movies. And so I didn't really love A Few Good Men. Time to Kill I love, though. Oh! Oh! Damn. Jesus, did you see that? Oh, that's so gnarly. You can really hurt yourself, I think, if you bump on the ropes wrong, and Kenny definitely did. Whiplashed himself on the... Ooh. Turn around, Earl. Sally Struthers. I'm not sure. Anybody remember the show Alice? I actually knew Linda Lavin. I got to meet her a bunch of times. She lived in the same town as me back in North Carolina. Came to the restaurant all the time, and she played Alice on that show. She died a few years back. But yeah, Linda Lavin used to live in Wilmington. I knew where she lived. Sweet chin music. Look out, Kenny. Sean like tells his opponents what he's doing. How do they ever get hit with this? There you go. Kenny was smart. There's that belly to belly. Ankle lock. How was Sean going to escape this? Oh, Triple H is just going to come in and cause a DQ. Right on. Way to go. We paid money for this. $30 or $40 or whatever it was. I think at this time, WWE pay-per-views might have still been $29.99. They might have not been $40 yet. I don't remember. I think they were still $29.99. I think. And they dump out Kenny Shamrock. Okay, I kind of remember this. Is Sean? Yeah, Sean's going to stand on the apron there, right? And he's going to get hit from behind, go through the table, I think, right? Look there. And there's Owen. And I liked this. This was great. This was Matt Hardy attacking Edge vibes. Like Owen in street clothes showing up. He hasn't been seen since the screw job. They fucked over his brother. Brett punched out Vince McMahon and is going to WCW. He's about to debut there probably the next night or very close to it on Nitro. Brett might debut the next night, actually. It might be the next night on Nitro on December 8th. I'm not totally sure, but it might be. And here Owen is showing up unannounced at the end of the show, attacks Shawn. WCW fumbled so badly, Bret Hart coming in, and WWE fumbled so badly using Owen Hart here. Probably mostly because of Shawn. But I think like I would have put the belt on Owen. I would have had Owen win the title from Shawn, but they wouldn't even barely give Owen the European title. Even Triple H would get the best of him. And Shamrock wins via DQ. Owen Hart attacks Shawn. YouTube screwed you over? That's fucked up, Juliet. I loved Chyna when she held the two titles. That was my favorite. Where did Owen Hart go? And after getting attacked, Shawn is still going to celebrate and climb the ropes and troll the crowd. And do his little crotch chop thing that was so new at the time. All the cool kids were doing it. Yeah, ankle lock would have done it. Triple H comes in. DX was their game plan all along. Triple H was just out there to make sure that if Kenny was about to win the match, that he made sure that didn't happen. Oof. God, that was a bump, wasn't it? Oh, my God. And the way Owen dove on him after that, that was rough. Look at this. The way look at the bump Shawn took, and then Owen literally lands on him. God damn. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. Wow, the crowd is emptying out of Springfield, Mass. Final pay-per-view of 1997. It was an interesting year, 1997, that's for sure. We went through a lot that year. I remember it well. All right, that's a wrap on In Your House D-Generation X. I'm glad we got that one out of the way. Okay, thank you. Boxstar says you're trying to super chat. Maybe you're getting cock-blocked by the super chat. I don't know what's going on there, but they started appearing on the turnbuckle covers at Over the Edge 98. And also the security wall replaced the safety rail at SummerSlam 98. Yes, I do remember that. Well, right on. Well, thanks for hanging out with us again on another doubleheader Sunday. I appreciate you guys who were here earlier for the John Cena Saturday Night's Main Event review. If you haven't checked that podcast out yet, please do. Audio is also available on the website and wherever podcasts are found. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out the door. Tomorrow is still up in the air. I'm not sure what we're going to do for Monday Night Raw. There's even a chance I go into work. I'm not sure what I got planned for tomorrow yet. So we'll look at what is planned for Raw. If anything spectacular happens, we'll come up. We'll do a review. Otherwise, I'm still working on a lot of other content and material for the channel as we get into 2026. So you could see some sporadic shit hitting the channel here this week. So please keep a lookout, and thanks for hanging out tonight. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll be catching you pretty much any day now. Y'all have a good one. Peace.